except for almost nothing in the intro is ever in the episode anymore.
Make America gruff again.
I was gonna say Barack Obama, but I think I like the fact that he's the owner.
Instead of yes we can, you can say yes it's possible.
There's too much drama in the LBC.
But I want that kibble.
And it's
I got it, baby.
Bars.
I got it, baby.
Bars. All right, welcome to the Soft Boys podcast. Welcome to Track Panthers. Welcome to the Soft Consulting Pros Boys firm. Welcome to Give 'em the Reboot.
Firm but soft, boys.
I'm Dan Sullivan. With me, as always, is Justin Bresnahan.
Justin Brez, that's my name. Rumble Tummy, they call me.
Matthew Spence,
A.K.A. Nefarious Rucker in the building.
a.k.a. Zeke the Plumber, a.k.a.
I forgot they called you
N-word Scissorhands.
N-word Scissorhands. We got producer Rose in the background. Say hi, Rose.
I did. No
Tell
one
them
heard
what's
me.
what. I didn't hear you.
She was too busy saying the N-word.
I hear you.
Did you see the N-word Scissorhands? Like,
I did see it,
That's
dude.
so good.
And what's funny is I said that about a week before that Eric Andre thing. I love him.
And with us tonight, we
he
have a
just got-
guest, a gentleman named Keith Freeman.
In the house.
Keith is a staple of Western Mass, hardcore, punk rock scene.
Yeah.
We're happy
37 still edge. Fuck you.
Hell yeah. They're happy to have you with us.
Forgot to X up before this, but
Happy to have you with us. Being the guest, what are we going to talk about tonight?
we're gonna talk about Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Ooh, to help take a bite out of crime. I'm really good at remembering commercials and.
I have a question before we start. This is how I understand it. He's McGruff the Crime Dog, and his nephew is Scruff McGruff.
is the nephew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's McGruff the
Yeah.
Crime Dog,
Okay.
and then Scruff McGruff is the nephew. But I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm going to come back to it because I have a Scruff McGruff idea. But
I would love to hear that. But
we're
is
not
this
there.
Mandela effect?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Honestly, it's just pure memory.
Because I
was
thought
just
that
one.
too.
Dude,
So
I
it is
did
Mandela
Me
effect.
too.
Because when you Google
Mandela,
Scruff
shout out
McGruff,
Mandela.
he shows up.
I did a memorial for him when he died when I was a kid. We did a thing. So Mandela effect is real.
Dude.
It is. And
died when I was a young
I
kid.
also thought that it was Scruff McGruff was like McGruff the Crime Dog's first name. It turns out that was his sidekick / nephew who got like Aunt-Vivved out, or actually just didn't really, they didn't viv him at all. They were just like,
Now we're dealing with
it turns out he ain't have no siblings.
Viv him the
He ain't
Reboot.
have no siblings.
My mind is literally blown right now.
No, but his nephew was Smokey all of a sudden. Wait a second. Scruff and Smokey were hanging out.
Well, that's part of it because McGruff quit smoking cigars because Smokey died of lung cancer because he smoked all the trees himself.
This is some deep lore that we could be writing here. Fuck. Right, because
Blazing that
so Yogi
sticky
was the
green.
fire, Scruff was crime. Was there other?
He's
Yogi
blocking
was the
themselves.
picnic
That was a cartoon.
No, sorry, I said Yogi. I meant
Okay.
Yogi was a
Yeah,
picnic
yeah,
fanatic.
Yeah.
Boo boo.
Really
I will put another
average
pick
bear.
in a
Now,
basket.
if we rebooted Yogi, they'd have to shoot him because he'd come back for more food. That's what they
Oh
do
my
with
God.
Oh
live now.
my goodness.
Yogi was the homie.
Yogi wasn't trying to save shit.
Yeah. Well, thank God he wasn't
Yogi
a fucking
was just trying to get some
gorilla.
free food.
Trying to make a sandwich. You know?
Oh, doubt.
Yeah, but were there other like animals that like? Was,
There were a whole bunch.
right, but was there like
What
one
about
for like
Woodsy?
EMTs?
Remember Woodsy the owl? He was like, "Give a hoot, don't pollute."
I feel like
I
I
don't
don't.
remember that, but I remember the Tootsie Roll owl.
He was trying to sell me stuff, but he was way more convincing.
But I guess I was thinking about like, was there one for like EMTs, right? Because we have crime, we have forest fires. Like, was there other ones for like public service?
Yeah, I think there was one for like if you hurt yourself kind of thing, like a first aid type of one.
I got a phone number?
Nothing
like
that
a
sticks out to me.
mascot.
Like, there is one for like the gas
so
and
many
electric
kid
or whatever.
mascots.
It's Mr. Ouch is like a fucking spark, and like he's one who educates you on like how to stay safe if like you see a fallen power line and shit like that. His name's Mr. Ouch.
Dude, in the 80s, they loved like mascot characters for kids. Like they had, they're like Ronald Reagan posed with McGruff, the crime dog, which I want, which I think has a whole lot of avenues I'd like to get into in a little bit. But that way, because that's the era, right? The Reagan era of, you know, drug enforcement, of just all sorts of shit that we could get into, and I hope that we do. All of these mascots, they come from that era. It was like, let's teach kids how to like help destroy the environment and the economy and the lives of people living in it, you know, and just like.
But also, let's pull funding from any public education TV at the time as well. Right. Thank you, Fred Rogers, for all that you have done.
Keith, what do you remember about McGruff?
So I remember the commercials because the song was just so catchy. You can mail. I don't remember what you would get, but they put the address. Like you can like
Rockville, Maryland.
Yeah, no,
like the back of the cereal box.
Oh no, it was the commercial. It was like Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh yeah.
So like, they wanted you to like. Maybe, I don't know, get like pamphlets or something about crime or something? Can you want
just send us a self-addressed stamp envelope. We'll send you pamphlets about crime.
Or give this to your friends.
I don't know.
It's the worst prize ever.
I don't know if anybody ever did that. But
people.
Of like,
we're gonna show you a bunch of crime you didn't even know you could do.
Well, some dad, you put our fucking address on an envelope and gave it to the cops.
People got shot for writing the Scruff McGruff.
Kids in the hood definitely were not.
Yeah. Dad, we live on the 7th floor. There's no way they know.
The PSAs were like neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
If you see something, say like nobody's doing that. And you're like,
Officer.
they had one I was watching because I was just collecting some clips of it like, beforehand. And there's a PSA where there's a bunch of dudes in a mover's truck. Outside of this, outside of a house that looks like the Home Alone house, you know, like, and they're just like pretending they're movers, and they're just moving all the shit out into the truck, and he's like, this could be, you know, this looks suspicious. You should call. And it's like, dude, first of all, who gives a shit? Second of all, nobody's doing. This is like a Ocean's 11 style heist
where
we pose as movers.
Dude, yeah.
I'm open to the idea of trying it out once just to see if someone says something.
This is how devious they are. But if Jenny walks down the street, there's like the car is coming down, and like Jenny says hi to the stranger. It's all over for her. She's never. They might never see. Yeah, he literally says that.
I've seen it.
Jenny shouldn't have left the house dressed the way she does.
She was asking for it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Jenny's the problem here.
Those guys can't stay away from that Oshkosh bagosh.
Oh my god.
So like there were a lot of PSAs back then, right? I remember the GI Joe.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I remember a little
don't
bit.
you real American hero, no drugs, and like they had
the parody ones are so.
Yeah.
Does your mom work at Dockside Bars?
Oh, no,
Do you like baseball, right?
Yep.
But that was like a thing.
Oh, totally.
You couldn't make a Saturday morning cartoon where so much as a laser beam fired without telling kids not to do drugs.
Right.
Like Street Fighter, we were talking about Street Fighter before we started recording. Street Fighter, you turned that shit on. It was FBI warning, and it wasn't just piracy.
Yeah.
It was like, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you could like bad dudes. Like, are you a bad enough dude to save the president? Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Also,
If there was one thing that we all got told when we were kids was don't do drugs, and I'm pretty sure only one person in this room succeeded.
Good job, Keith.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Keith Freeman.
Shout outs to Dare.
Let's talk real
Dare
quick
saved my
because
life.
I have definitely smoked marijuana, and that is not a drug. Okay.
Yeah,
It's natural.
Neither is
Bill
God
Clinton.
grew this. God grew it.
Yeah, I don't think
DMT
Edge,
is
I don't think
beer?
Edge includes any
Not
of
a
this.
drug.
either.
Not a drug.
Mushrooms?
Matt, you were
I've done those
you were
too.
Edge until you were like in your 20s, weren't you?
I didn't drink or do drugs or anything until I was in my early 30s.
And was that I don't know,
But were
hard to
you-
maintain? Did
Were you
the
mad X-Pence or were you just
surely it was
No,
surely it was GI Joe.
From when I was in high school, I was very much straight edge. You know, that was very important to me. But after that, not so much. It was important to me not to drink, and I didn't want to. It was important for me to stay away from that stuff, and I'm glad I did for as long as I did. And sometimes I wish I never touched any of it. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I guess all I was trying to clarify is when I started drinking and stuff like that, I didn't really consider myself. So it didn't feel like an edge.
You didn't
break.
break Edge, you just
I didn't.
were-
That's something I hadn't
I
cared.
might as well try
I
that
hadn't
out,
cared
yeah.
about in a long time.
right.
I would like go to parties and just hang out and like drink all the orange juice and like almost get punched in the face because I drank the chaser and stuff like that. But it's like, but like, you know, when opportunities would come up for like,
That's amazing.
I'd be offered.
It's like their own
Dude, I would
pennies
drink
out
like
of hell, yeah.
dude, dead serious. I went to a party one time and I drank like a gallon of orange juice, and I was like, oh, I'm super pumped that they have like opportunity or like non-alcoholic beverages for me. Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's summer.
100% believe
It's
that.
summertime, so like it was a party in Agawam. It was a party in Agawam, and I drank a gallon of orange juice. They were fucking big.
But that's like the easiest thing to replace is the orange juice.
That liquid gold.
Not if you didn't buy enough of it.
Well, yeah, but like you can't go to a
These
liquor
kids had to
store.
handle their
Right,
liquor.
You know,
right.
you
Was
can
it-
go to
was it
fucking.
Pulp?
You were
Or-
just there to keep them
No
honest.
Pulp.
No Pulp.
Yeah.
You were
Okay.
there to keep them honest. You were like,
Yeah.
handle your liquor.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fucking
man.
pussy.
That's why I have like 4 hairs on my chest because I can't handle that liquor.
Dead hook.
I've been offered, over my years of just being the transient that I am, I've been offered many fucking different things, but I've always turned it down. And I'm not sure if I've ever just like seen the effects firsthand and like been like, nah, I don't want to end up like that, or if Mr. McGruff, if we'll call him Mr. McGruff. Or the DARE program actually works. Like
We
it's
can
all
use the honorifics.
it's all bullshit. But I don't know. Maybe there was something to it because I'm just like, no, I'm okay with that. But I'm gonna drink a beer. But no,
I think it's
like that Dewey Cox. You don't want none of this. This is crack. It's gonna make you're gonna stay up all night.
and that's the but no, the straight edge thing is important, I think, to this conversation too, because like it brings a dimension to it,
100%.
because the goal of this stuff was to keep kids off drugs, right? It was ostensibly like, obviously, like I feel like McGruff put more people in jail than he kept out of it. Like take
Well,
a
yeah,
bite
he's a
out of
cop.
crime, like whose crime and how, and I think we'll get to all that because like we know where that leads decades down the road. I mean, I know like straight edge hardcore, that's probably what got you there, and not fucking McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yeah.
But like it's just, I think it's an interesting dynamic because we'll sit here and go, like the DARE program made drugs look cool and all that, and but like you legit are drug free your whole life, right? Like you're almost 38 years old. You said earlier.
I've never touched anything, so
And-
I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be drunk. I don't know what it's like to be high. Just
If probably not PSAs though, like what made you walk that line? Like what made you get to? Because you're probably better off than any of us, I'm sure. But what's your story? What got you there?
I think it's a mix of a lot of things. I think my church upbringing, like we went to like a Pentecostal church, and I was, like very interested in like spirituality and stuff when I was a kid, and Bible stories were always very interesting to me. My mom's super into it, so like I was just like always like a good kid, like I know, like I was the only parent. My mom, I never like talked back. I never did anything like, but I also grew up with my mom, doing a lot of drugs growing up and just family members and stuff. So I watched it a lot, and I know what this does to these people I care about. I don't want that near me, kind of. And then when I got a little older, I kind of like, went my own way. I remember finding out what straight edge was, and I was just like, oh, there's a word for this? This is cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I can relate to that so hard. It was very much like that for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And sure, like, Minor Threat is absolutely where it really stemmed from, going to high school and learning about all these bands or whatever. But, like, even after the time, like, getting to the point in my life where, like, I thought that drinking would suit me, it was really the people I was around, family and such like that, and really seeing that and, like, not me, fuck no, like, I can't. So I'm saying I can relate to that.
When I got into hardcore, like, obviously straight edge was very big, so like I was just constantly around the concept of like, oh, it's okay it's okay not to drink. Shout out, there's a shirt I used to have that said that, but it just became like normal to me. Like, I'm a Virgo, I'm straight edge, blood type O positive.
Damn, universal.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh, negative.
You're O negative?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, you guys could fuck.
Is that how it works?
I'm just saying. And I wasn't doing drugs just because like I wasn't around it, but like when I first found out about like the straight edge like kind of community like at Pearl Street and shit, and I've been like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm in the Western Mass, like, straight edge, like, whatever. It's like, I just wasn't drinking, and I just wasn't fucking, and I just wasn't doing drugs, so I was like, automatically, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm straight edge. Just like,
I was thinking about it when he was talking, if straight edge was, like, a term where, like, if you couldn't get laid and you couldn't go to parties,
And we both know people who got into it for that
they're
reason.
they're just called incels now.
Yeah, right. They're incels who like fucking the Gorilla Biscuits at a certain point, but that's not what straight edge
Was that
is.
no
Also-
promiscuous sex?
Right.
No,
Promiscuous sex.
That always
you're
got-
allowed to fuck your girlfriend. You just can't fuck random ass people.
I
was
feel
I'm
like
not
that
fucking
was not
anybody
always
right now because
observed.
I'm straight edge.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till marriage.
Yep.
I don't
sorry.
know. Oh, sorry.
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say I don't know if any of those kid things really stuck with me. Like, I thought Dare was sick. Like, it was cool. Like, I was at a thrift store the other day and there was like a dope ass Dare shirt. I was like, I would cop that if it was my size. But I thought Dare was cool. But I don't think it mattered to kids. I mean, at the time, kids were like, "Oh, this is a way to not have to do work. This is cool." Watching
100%.
this.
Agree. I remember 5th grade, right? I remember
day.
being like, oh, it's there. Well, I'm
Shout out Officer Dave, rest in peace.
But I'm sure.
The only cop I'm ever going to shout out on
Did
this
he
show.
die from drugs?
Dude, I don't know. I think he hit a tree.
That was very much a thing, like, right? Like, this was we're all afraid of crime. The 80s was about being scared of crime. And
War on crime,
yeah,
right?
war on drugs, war on crime, like it was everywhere. And a large part of that
It was all, yeah. They're what they're really trying to say is immigration. They were afraid of immigration.
I think that war on crime shit was earlier than that.
It was Nixon thing.
Yeah, Nixon.
Yeah, 'cause
And
they were
then
bringing
Regan
in the
kind
drugs, but
of,
they're- yeah.
Reagan kind of like, because you had Carter in there, but Reagan really kind of took that and the ball and ran with
Sure.
it. From Nixon and then to Reagan. Not that Carter is like innocent here, but like there's really
Sure.
a ratcheting up in the Reagan years about this, where it's Nancy Reagan famously don't just say no. Like that's that famous every single video game that we grew up
Absolutely.
playing, at like every single cartoon show like we were talking about. And McGruff is invented by an ad agency, but it was commissioned by the government. They wanted to start an anti-crime initiative.
I didn't know that, but I saw it when I was doing research.
This whole time,
they reached
government
out
all
to
the way
an
down.
ad agency and said, like, give us somebody that can sell this crime prevention thing. And and like
Did
crime,
you see what the first McGruff looked like?
I didn't see all the
It
sketches.
almost looked like Snoopy.
Oh yeah, it was like a clone of Snoop. They said, I tried
Put it up.
They said at one point, and I don't think I could put this on the screen because I couldn't find it, but apparently one of them looked like J. Edgar Hoover, which tells you all you really need to know about who's trying to make this, right?
Yeah. And
Like
he also doesn't wear a shirt under his trench coat, which is suspicious.
he's a streaker.
yeah, so you can see
He's,
he's ripped.
he's also
flashy.
the world.
Is one of them hippie
He's
streakers.
also the mascot for Epstein Island.
He's the world's biggest snitch.
It's
There's
true.
no bigger
It's
snitch
true.
than McGruff.
Holy shit!
This nigga's a rat and a half.
That's why I was like, I don't think kids are
They
actually.
added a shirt in the late 80s because like he had no shirt for the first 5 or 6 years.
He was scandalous.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
dude.
It's scandalous.
Check his flight logs.
And he, of course, Who's flying McGruff to all these conferences he's speaking at? That's what I
Oh, dude!
He's paying them off with hush puppies.
I don't think it was the original voice for McGruff, but it was when he kind of came back. Did you
I know
see
exactly
this?
what you're talking about. Yep.
The dude went to jail.
For drug dealing.
He had 1,000 marijuana
Grenade
plants.
launchers.
Dude, yeah, he had 1,000 marijuana plants and a whole bunch of weapons, including grenade
Dude had enough
launchers.
dude had a
Gruff the voice.
Yeah.
He's still in
But
jail.
also weapons. Lots of he had
He
grenade
deserves a
launchers.
pardon. Get him out of
Free
there.
McGruff. Free McGruff.
Y'all need to make shirts, free McGruff shirts.
I'll do it
Right?
downstairs.
McGruff
needed
got
the voice.
puppeteered by a very different caliber
got
of
Aunt-Vivved.
vehicle.
No, he got what was it? Fox,
puppeteered
he got
all day.
Foxworthy.
You got Viv.
Oh, dude,
He got
Jamie
Jamie
Foxworthy.
He got Foxworthy.
But like, okay, McGruff does show up in puppet form, right, or mascot form.
Yes.
But also he shows up in a cartoon form.
That's the one I
And
remember. The
I think
cartoon.
maybe that's where the voice split is.
Yep.
One of them is doing the suit with the voice, but in the early cartoon
The
ones,
cartoon,
maybe.
he sounded old school, you know? He sounded like a...
Yeah, he kind of
Honestly, kinda
sounded
black.
like Batman sounds now.
Right. He's like Chicago.
It's funny you say Batman, because... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, one crime fighter person we all loved was Batman. I was like, if Scruff took that approach, it'd be way cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he had billions of dollars, they didn't give him billions of dollars though. They just gave him a trench coat and a bone.
All right. So
He don't call police.
But he's...
I'm dead ass serious. I can't believe
Commissioner Gurdon.
I can't believe that we've come to this point because I actually had, well, I was like driving today and it came up with an idea for what McGruff could have become.
hit us. Lead
and
us
we
in.
are fucking there.
Lead us in.
I'm dead fucking serious that
What's McGruff now?
I even noted it in my app that McGruff becomes Batman, a vigilante of the type.
Oh
Why
my
the-
God.
Why?
It's
Well, let me
fate. It's fate.
let me spitball for you here. All right, today's children are out of
Let me
fucking
spin you a
control.
yarn.
There's like entire fucking e-bike gangs that ride around. They're playing in traffic.
E-bike.
Say more.
They like don't have to go to school. There's no truancy officers anymore. But also, kids are being passed through.
School
the
is illegal.
Schools. It doesn't matter. You could have 100 absences, and it doesn't fucking matter. You're still gonna pass. And then it doesn't fucking matter. And McGruff is like, he's sitting there, and he's like, we used to be something. We used to be
old as shit.
We used to be a society, yeah. And he's like sitting on a fucking stoop, his like doghouse stoop.
Isn't that? Did he go to jail? Is he an ex-con?
I don't know. Maybe,
No, it's like
yeah,
Dark Knight Returns, where it's like
into the
future,
moon.
you know?
maybe. Yo, you know what though? It's maybe McGruff did go to jail. Why? Because he like fucking beat the shit out of a kid or something, right? But now he's released from jail. But like,
I got something.
but he's got a whole bunch of,
Come back to
like
me,
a whole
come back
bunch
to
of
me.
people. So like,
Yeah.
McGruff's out of jail, right? McGruff's out of jail, and people are walking by, and some people are like, I think what you did was right. I think what you did was right, right? So like, there's some little bit of support behind him, and McGruff's like, what if I just went and started beating the shit out of kids again?
You were rogue and bit
Yes, he's like,
somebody.
I don't know. But like, what if McGruff like
Take a.
because like part of the problem is like the parents right now too. The
Take a
parents
bite
don't
out
give
of
a
this
fuck
dick,
either.
motherfucker.
That is the
The
problem.
problem is the parents don't give a
Take a
fuck.
bite out of these nuts.
He's got a dog collar and has his D's nuts.
So yeah, like the parents are the
found
problem, and because the parents don't give a shit,
Sorry, Brad.
do not apologize.
No, you're riffing.
I love that song.
It's great,
keep
but so
cooking,
is
keep
this.
So I'm saying was like, because the parents don't give a fuck, the kids don't give a fuck. Because the kids don't give a fuck, the parents don't give a fuck. And then the kids are off doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And then, so like, there's this like downward spiral of society right now. And McGruff's like, what if he becomes like the Batman, right? Where like he starts to use his crime fighting skills, I don't know, negatively. He's like hacking into kids' phones, which is like a no, right? But let me cook, right? Because this is fucking weird. Like,
We already interrupted. We got our interruptions out. Keep going.
Can I finish? Can I finish? All right, so he's like hacking into kids' phones, but But what he's doing is he's installing like screen timers, right? So they're like, they can't use their phones.
Shut them down.
You got 1 hour of screen time, just like just like I used to have.
Keeping that blue out of your eyes.
Yeah, he would like, he's like going in and he's like deleting any sort of like social media. And he's like,
Don't post that.
he
disappears up. He deletes your
because
post
what
and
he's doing,
disappears out the window.
what he's doing is he's neutering this generation.
All right, but
Post you might regret
is it McGruff? Because is he computer savvy or is his nephew?
Yo, it could be right.
'Cause
McGruff's still in jail for something that he didn't do, and
No,
it's
Scruff's the Joker. Scruff is
now.
No,
Scruff
Scruff.
lived. Scruff. No,
Or-
Scruff became. He went the other way. He
Okay.
went. My uncle. He's out keeping that social media out of kids' hands. I want to
He's an
make it
influencer.
available. He's an anarchist. He wants to make it available
okay.
to the
Or
people.
he's
He
got
wants the social media to flow socially.
Okay.
Producer.
He wants it to
Producer
be
notes.
available to everybody. So it's about it's about what do we protect the kids from versus what do people deserve to have.
Okay.
What if his nephew Scruff had 10,000 marijuana plants?
What does he do now? That's his voice.
Yeah.
Or McGruff, you know, like the man put McGruff in jail. You know, they were done with him and
Yeah.
put it, and Scruff was so pissed
McGruff's
off.
McGruff's owner put him in jail.
Oh God!
He put him in jail.
Dropped him off in the pound.
He went to the pound. Dude, he went to the pound.
It was like
He went to Pound Town.
Been there.
he went to Hound Dog Pound Town. He was a bloodhound, right? That was his whole thing. Is he was a detective.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a
So-
bloodhound all of a sudden, huh?
Well, that literally was what kind of dog he was. Well, what
all
other
right,
kind of
Scruff's a
dog would
Crip
he
Town.
be?
He's a crip walking bloodhound.
He walks the
walked the
line.
line.
Yeah,
He walked the line.
He's
He
doing
walked
Cox.
the line.
He's doing Cox.
I'm picturing. We start out with a montage of McGruff's like golden days, and he's just in his trench coat. He's just got like ladies around.
We should have
He's
like
just,
celebrities like talking about how important he is.
yeah.
You know, like
McGruff.
it's like kind of like validating how
And it's
important
like-
he is to the culture.
They're
and
filming the
society.
documentary, and then they're like, "Yeah, McGruff, he made me a better person." And then the camera stops rolling. They're just like,
He's-
coke off.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And they're like,
these are all my
yeah.
bitches.
Right. So
He's
we
got his
see
arms around
like the legacy of McGruff versus the reality of it. And, you know, of course, these are all his
Reality of
rich
man.
friends that have all got rich on their PS. It's Woodsy. It's Smokey the bear. He's got trees. Like,
Buddy the
trees in
blood
all of, like...
Sparky,
he's like,
Sparky
"Yo,
and Smokey
I'm-
don't get along.
You can't have forest fires if you do
Mr.
it
Ouch,
indoors."
sorry,
You
Mr.
know, like,
Ouch and
it's-
Smokey don't get along.
But you got all of these characters, all these PSA characters, and they're in that documentary, right? And they're just
Yeah.
remembering it. But clearly, they did not follow McGruff's advice. But McGruff is old, you know. He's grizzled, like his nose doesn't work like it used to. And he's getting too old. He's getting too old for this shit. He's talking like Christian Bale's Batman instead of like I don't know, like Michael Keaton's Batman. He sounds
Like
different
Adam
now.
West Batman.
Yeah, he sounds haggard, and he is. So he's like trying to he's trying to stay relevant, but he gets Me Too, right? Because because they're like you can't say bitch anymore. It's like, but that's what a female dog is called.
I was being proper.
Right, so he's already mired in scandal, right? He's covered in controversy, and he goes out one day to try to take a bite out of crime, and he accidentally shoots a black lab who's unarmed. And now he's buried in it, right? Like he's on trial.
Black
There's
Labs
protests.
matter.
Yeah, Black Labs matter.
Oh my God! And there was like a white
Yeah.
lab. There's like a golden retriever, right? And they had like a spotted Dalmatian was their dog. They had a mixed breed dog.
So he was like, because McGruff at this point he's got 40s tucked into both chest pockets of his fucking trench coat. Right? That's what it's for now. Like so now, like he might go to jail and he's gonna lose all of his fame and reputation. And he says, like, hey, I was there for you. Do you have my back? And they say, all right, we'll give you one more chance, but we got to give you a new partner to help rehabilitate your image. So what they do is they have Connie, the consent bearer, and she's his new partner, right?
She's like a Care Bear.
Right. She has the stare and everything. And like, yeah. She's like a Care Bear with a condom.
Scruff McGruff and Connie the Care Bear.
Yeah. And they make them, and then they have.
She's a social worker.
So,
which I do think.
But
should
they
be a
gotta
fucking
travel.
thing.
They gotta go on the beat together now.
Pair your police officers with a social worker.
And every time he's trying to do his job,
They're hitting the block.
right.
She puts them in place.
Right, so
Oh,
it's like this
wow.
give or take. It's this odds thing, right? Like it's like, and he's like, how do I do my job in this world? And
These fucking kids are all
and like
pussies.
maybe it's there. I was looking into like other like modern mascots earlier, and I found Quinn, the quarantine dog. So like maybe like he's in charge of the police now and he's making them wear masks, but his skills are useless. He can't smell with that mask on. He needs his bloodhound nose.
Quinn up on the
and he
TV.
keeps complaining, but like Quinn keeps telling him like, I'm gonna need your badge and your gun and your bone. I don't know where that goes, but I feel like we could put McGruff as a man at a time. Like he's from an
like
era,
that.
he's from a rough and tumble era, and now he feels like everybody's soft.
Yes.
And it doesn't necessarily, like, McGruff's not from the best era, right? We're not necessarily sympathizing with McGruff, but we're also kind of seeing the way, like, we've taken it, the PSA reality, to a very different conclusion. And it all seems kind of silly. Like, where do we take that? Like, how do we make it so we're actually just trying to teach kids some, like, actual shit?
I think like that is all fucking brilliant. I think it really is all brilliant. I think it's a fun way of like.
Dude.
Well, Rose, what were you saying?
Like the mascots of today are soft, like
Yes.
And we
Literally
can
and
show them because they're made of like really nice plush
Like
and felt material.
Patty the pronoun parrot.
I love it. I love it.
Did you make that right now?
Right now.
What the fuck? That's fucking amazing, yeah. So like and he's just like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
it is.
So I think
I'm gonna take you to pronoun town.
it used to be Pound Town.
yeah, exactly.
They rebranded Pound Town.
Dude, even on like, and I'm not talking about the X Crime Dog X record, which is incredible. Shout out Daniel Danger. But on the McGruff album, and it's not called Soft Boys. It's called Smart Kids. Dude,
Soft Boys, Smart Kids.
No,
There was a real tape.
I
Yeah,
know. And dude, they've reissued it on vinyl. But like, dude, there's a song called Crack and Cocaine or Cocaine and Crack. Like, it's hard. There's a song called Inhale.
Yeah, I was listening to
Cocaine and
Cocaine
crackers.
yesterday.
What if like McGruff is off and he's doing his thing. He's back on the forest. He's on the beat again, and we still have Patty the pronoun parrot, and we have all these like really soft mascots who are like kind of not ruining his life, but just kind of changing the way that he thought life was gonna be or way it was. And and every now and then he takes things into his own hands and he's like slamming someone's face into the hood of a car when he's just trying to frisk them, right? And they're fucking
Some stray mutt.
Yeah, I'm gonna sue you, right?
He turns
right, but
and
like
Connie's like,
he's building.
Throw him in the cage.
But like we have, right? There are people
let him
that
sweat it out.
There are people that exist in the city. I always think about like it was Chicago that the
Chicago.
song was, right?
Yeah.
So like, but I was like, I keep thinking about like New York, but it's obviously it's got to be Chicago.
We're going back to
We're
Chirac.
going back to Chirac, baby, where it all started.
Where the cops have a fabulous reputation.
The Carl Winslow, if you will.
Where the
Right, so he's walking around, he's breaking some noses, and he's fucking cracking some knuckles, whatever. And then maybe, but there's some people in the town that fucking remember him, and they remember like how things were back when he was kind of running the shit.
They're trying to take
right?
selfies with him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, I don't
Yeah.
do selfies."
But like right, so like I can imagine. I can imagine a scenario where McGruff has to like go to court, right, where he's judged by his peers, but like he's doing some bad shit.
He doesn't
right?
want to get put in the pen.
Yeah. But you know what? Maybe. But hear me out. All right, what you just said. But maybe he's like, he's fucking done. And he's like, no, put me in the pound because at least I know who the people are in there. They're not fake. They're not faking who they are in there.
Yeah,
like,
but they
put
don't
me in the
want to
pound.
see him in there.
But because
like,
he put him in there, right?
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
like, he knows who he wants. He's like Rorschach. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me, right? And so like he's doing some nasty shit now.
Next up, dude.
Yeah, dude. But so they come back, right? And their verdict is they come back and they find that McGruff is innocent on like all charges, whatever, right? And so he like one ear perks up. He's like, what?
Scooby-Doo.
So he's thinking he's going to the pound, but all of a sudden he's realizing that like, oh shit, maybe the people I want this back.
What if? Okay,
And then he starts hacking into kids' phones.
I think. Right, he's looking for child porn to make sure it's not there. He's making sure there's no puppy
He's
porn. out
making
there.
sure kids are taking naked pictures of themselves.
Of puppies.
What's on the seat? Right over there.
This is a big red
When you say Scruff,
we forgot about Scruff, though.
Chris Dotson.
Yeah.
We forgot about Scruff McGruff.
Yeah, Scruff.
We haven't
And
introduced him yet.
What if Scruff McGruff went the other way somehow, right?
He's soft?
Well, maybe. Or maybe he's hard as fuck.
No, he's the leader of the Bloodhounds?
Like, but I'm thinking, what if he's like...
The Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah.
I love that one, you.
What if... What if... Okay, so
don't
McGruff
need
is
no
declined in
water,
status,
you
right?
know.
He's an old man. He
Motherfucker
still thinks
bird.
he's like the face of... He thinks he's hard. But his nephew Scruff, like after being caught from the commercials, right? He went and he in Chirac became a drill rapper, and he's got face tattoos. He's got all that shit. And he comes out, and he comes out. Yeah,
he's
you know
Scruff.
he's Merc McGurk now, and he comes out and he's dropping a diss track on his uncle. He's saying how like you caught me out of your commercial.
come
you
to
said
old
take a
block.
bite out of crime, but you only let me have a nibble. You know, he's
You never gave me a crumb.
right, and
But I
it's
want that
blowing
kibble.
up, and it's
I got it, baby.
Bars.
I got it, baby.
bars, and it's blowing up.
10 bars.
This is too good.
This is so good.
This needs to be real.
Yeah, this needs to be
But like,
real.
so McGruff. All right, so just a real quick pause. McGruff was just crime, though, right? He didn't like.
He contains multitudes.
Does he? So he like, did he fuck with crime or with drugs too? Like, I mean, drugs are bad.
Well, yeah, he's doing he's like bad lieutenant. I'm thinking of it as like a bad lieutenant thing, where it's like either the Harvey Keitel or the Nicolas Cage version. I'm fine with either one, but he's doing a bunch of drugs. He's got at this point because he doesn't see the line anymore. He's blurred the line where he has started to go, well, if I do this bad thing now, right,
Yeah.
then it'll be better later. And so he's got to put these bad dogs behind bars, and
Gotta put these dogs down.
So many great references.
Because I'm thinking.
we gotta have a cameo by DMX in here somewhere.
Because I
Just
love.
shout out DMX,
Add it to the
RIP.
pile. Add it to the
we
pile.
have to hologram. We have to hologram him in, but
Because one thing I was thinking was, it's like it would be great. It'd be great
shout out
if we could.
DMX hologram.
What we gotta do is because like we were talking earlier about like is it possible? Well, not even is it possible? Like that the Dare program pretty much was a failure. I think universally, I think most people like could attest that like it didn't really paint drugs in the right way to make them seem like you shouldn't do them, right?
they didn't glow in the dark.
They didn't. At least they didn't shut the lights off when they were showing them to me. But it would be really cool if we could portray it, or if it was portrayed that way. Where like they're showing the realisms. They're showing the realisms of like drug abuse and stuff while he's like fighting crime. So it's like, you know, I remember when I was in college the first time there was the Montana Meth Project, and they would have billboards up on the highway, and it would be like. It would be the most ridiculous thing. It was like no one ever thinks they'd shave their eyebrows off at a party, and it would be razor blades in the sink, and there'd be blood all over the fucking sink, and it'd be like on meth you do, and it's
what
like
now?
all
That's scary.
Montana Meth
You
Project.
went to school like 20 minutes from where I did, right? Like,
Huh?
I've never seen these billboards.
We're also not from Montana.
You're not from Montana.
Right, but I existed on the internet.
These billboards are where in
Oh,
Montana.
I thought you were saying they were on
I
your
was
way
gonna-
to HCC.
No. When I was in HCC,
I
I found out about the Montana Meth Project, and they had all these sick advertisements about
Montana
like
Meth Project was just the economy of
no one
Montana.
thinks to lose their virginity in a dirty bar, but on meth you will. And it was like these crazy ass advertisements. But I remember being like, this is way more impactful to me for reasons why I'll never do math and Breaking Bad. I said math. I stick to that.
the
Can't do
late,
meth or math.
the late
Or math.
Matthew Spence.
Matthew Spence.
But I think
Put it up on the
but
lower
like
third.
if we could convey drugs in the
Matthew
way that they
Spence.
actually are, like all while McGruff is breaking knuckles and snouts, then I think like
He's rapping knuckles.
yeah.
He should be biting people
Scruff is
too.
rapping
Hell
bars.
yeah.
He
on
should just
rapping
be
knuckles.
biting
Yeah, he just-
motherfuckers' legs
Yep.
and shit.
We were talking about
Doggy dog.
Droop dog.
There's too much drama in the LBC.
Spike.
It is kind of hard being Droop D-O-double-G.
Well, somehow, some way,
Too,
keep
though.
coming up with funky ass
But,
shit like every
but hold
single
up,
day.
Like, we got the intro thing about like the all the mascots, right? Like the
Yep.
where are they now, and like they're talking about Scruff McGruff, regular McGruff, and non-Merc
The
McGruff,
OG.
regular OG McGruff, and
The biggest rat of all
and
time.
it's like, okay, so they're all gone, right? Like all his contemporaries, like Smokey the Bear died of smoke inhalation from trees.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
I'm sticking to that one.
yeah.
Woozy died of lead poisoning. The
what
give a
about
hoot, don't bel-
Buddy the blood drop?
dude died of like
AIDS.
AIDS. Malaria. I was gonna say malaria, but yeah, he died of sickle cell.
Nigga got sickle cell.
Sickle cell anemia.
What about the light bug? The Louis the lightning bug. Who was like turning your lights off and shit. Got
Yeah,
electrocuted.
Yeah.
Got
Well, that's what Miss
put his antenna in a socket.
And there's like, yeah, it's like little shorts of them all dying, like those ways. Like,
Yep. A montage vignette
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Mr. Ouch is. Mr. Ouch
Oh.
is he is electricity. So I don't know. First things first, how did we get here? Right? Because we didn't just wake up one day and McGruff is hanging out with Patty the pronoun parrot, right? Something segues him from
Sure.
something to this world, to this realm. Like, he's been reassigned. He had reassignment surgery or something. And so, like, what would it have been that got him, thank you very much, Dan, what would have got him from here to there, where now all of a sudden up is down, down is up, cats are dogs and dogs are cats? What
BA start.
got him there? So let's just, can we identify that first?
I think he gets caught from what he was doing, and it wasn't his choice to stop being what he was.
Did he get locked up and released from the pound?
I think that's
And time has changed?
So he got locked up prior to the events, is what you're saying?
he got locked up towards the end of. That's why he ain't around no
We
more.
don't necessarily even have to
you
do
said is it a
anything with
movie
that.
earlier. It's a PSA.
It doesn't. We don't even
No,
have to.
Of
Like,
course it is.
so like, how do we get him from the peak of his heyday to today? And I think it's something bad happens. We do a vignette in the beginning. He does get fucking locked up. He's got 15, 20 years in jail for something bad, like.
shooting in the labs.
Yeah,
Shooting
shoot
the
the
black.
black lab.
He shoots a black lab off duty while
He's McGruff with the hard grrr.
This is crazy. In the best way.
Oh my!
Somebody please make this real.
I just say Gruff. I can just say Gruff.
You can say it.
You can say Gruff though. Like I he's
All right, so instead of a movie, this is a PSA, and it actually only spans 15 minutes.
That's
the
perfect.
entire story. And it
It's the
comes
actual attention span
before
of most
a
children these
Netflix
days.
movie about dragons and wizards and shit, right? We don't know what that is, and it's not important, but like the end of the movie has to be the beginning of that one, just for the hell of it, right? But like this is a PSA, and it's narrated by Barack and Michelle Obama.
Fuck
Shout out Barack Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah,
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Barack and Saddles was a hit, and they brought him back.
Yes.
They wanted him to do. He's trying to like do his post-presidency, like I actually care about crime kind of thing. Which, actually I was looking out for black people this whole time. Like that kind of thing. Yeah. And he's trying to rehabilitate his image. So he's I'm not dropping any more bombs on Yemen. But so he's narrating to rehabilitate his image. He's narrating the documentary, this PSA. It's not even a documentary because we're not spending that much time on it because nobody. This is for kids. It's a PSA for kids again about what happens when you become a mascot for a thing and then you start doing drugs. And it's the same thing again. It's just history repeating itself.
Yep.
It's still Obama selling you the idea that private prisons need more black people in it.
You're almost sounding like you're about to say the Hard Grrr.
Well, he can do that. That's an Obama. That's his edge. That's how he's gonna make headlines.
Oh my god.
There's not enough.
McGruff.
Well, you
There's
gotta
not enough
bail
black
out
labs in the
Well,
pound.
too many people weren't doing drugs, and he had to bail out the prisons.
Yep.
There wasn't enough drug customers.
The rent was too high,
Well-
so he was like, I could.
Decriminalization has taken a lot of drug offenses off the street. So there is that. Just like real.
That's actually something to actually consider because that is the
Let me tell
real
you a
world.
story about one of those.
It starts off, it's a PSA documentary about the old school PSAs that we all watched that realistically didn't really help us in the long run. Barack Obama's the narrator, and he's telling the story of the old school PSAs, mascots, focused on Gruff because he owns McGruff. We talked about the other Smokey the Bear, the owl,
Died
all
smoking
types of
trees.
them. Yeah, they all
Even Tootsie
eventually.
Roll makes an appearance.
Yeah, that
yeah.
all died
Oh, man.
from lead poisoning, right? They all met ignoble fate. McGruff, he was the last standing, but he slowly saw the world slipping away from him. Right, his nephew became a drill rapper.
McGurk, yeah, he's a SoundCloud rapper. But he kind of gets canceled and goes to jail as he calls his partner a bitch and tells her to put peanut butter on the doggy puss.
I was trying to help
Or
her
else
out.
he's gonna have her spayed.
Or else he's gonna have her spayed.
And McGruff is going down the school educational drug program to prison pipeline. He did 7 dog years in jail. He did 7 dog years in the state pound.
15, try 15 times 7.
Hard time in the state pound.
So he comes out, the world's upside down. We got the parrot, the pronoun parrot. What's it called?
Patty the pronoun
Patty the
parrot.
parrot. And Connie the consent bear.
She's the head of
Queen of the
HR.
quarantine dog.
Just everybody soft to
Police
him.
force.
Quarantine quail.
Everybody soft to
I
him.
didn't make that
Listen,
one up. The other two
lock
made
in.
up. That one's real.
Oh, I didn't know.
Lock in. Everybody soft. He's pissed. He's back on the force. He's not agreeing with the way the world is.
He starts doing crack, right? He
Naturally.
Right, he's out in the street. He's like Jenny now. That's what happened to Jenny when she got kidnapped and didn't say no to drugs. But he's saying yes to drugs. And he's saying yes to all sorts of messed up shit.
So McGruff is just pissed, so he just goes back to the force, and instead of following his old morals, he goes off the deep end. He starts, doing
ends up with
drugs.
Jenny.
Yeah, he ends up with Jenny. He's violent. It's just crazy, and there's protests and stuff going on because the world's just also crazy. So yeah, there's a protest in Chicago. He's from Chicago.
McGruff, he shows up And he's drunk out of his mind, he's seeing double, and he shoots what he thinks are 2 black labs, but it turns out to only be 1. And
he sees a couple black labs with weapons, you know, about to, I don't know, be violent.
some from the pound, some from the mill, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And he sees him, you know, he's shit-faced, he's dog-faced, and he's about to,
Dog-faced gremlin.
yeah, he's about to save the protesters from this black lab that's just about to like light up, you know, the crowd.
McGruff, we're done with him, and he's a symbol of an old misbegotten time that Barack Obama's trying to pretend like he had no part of, and he's there saying, well, we gotta send this bad dog to jail.
So that's a big no-no. Obviously, he has to go back to court, so here we go again. As he's being tried, all of the peers that are part of the committee, all, you know, it zooms in on them, and you see all the way it used to be and how impactful at least his PSAs were to them and the old way. And they, you know, they slightly turn a blind eye because, you know, they also disagree with the way the world is today because they hate the parrot, they hate the bear, they hate all. They love Smokey, they miss Smokey.
Smokey's chill.
Smokey was chill, and they turn a blind eye, and he gets away, and it causes a whole uproar. People's pissed because he gets somehow, you know, mowed down a black lab and gets away with it. So it's just the world's not having it, and right when you're gonna see what's gonna happen next, Black Lives Matter, Obama just kind of comes out of nowhere to promote his dog food chain. Yes, we canned dog food, you know?
Yeah. Yes, we canned
what
dog
do we
food.
call it? What do we call it?
It's
Farrakhan.
yes, we canned fresh.
Canned fresh, you know? And it was,
Yeah, dude.
so it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about fighting crime. It's not about fighting the war on drugs. It's about working for the man, being spit out, and dog food.
There is a thing where like a dog comes up and he's got X's on both paws and he just looks at him. He just looks at him and he goes,
Dude, that's hard.
You know I love that.
Keith, thank you so much for fucking doing this. It's been a pleasure.
Still dog food, not your body.
Do you have anything you want to prop?
Too many things going on.
We don't have enough time to even hear all the names of Keith's current bands that he
What's your
plays.
What's your podcast?
I got a
Where can people
podcast
find
called
it?
Seekers-of.the.Unknown. It's Seekers.of.the.Unknown on Instagram and YouTube, and we talk about like UFOs, esoteric stuff, ghosts. We have a true crime story in there, all kinds of like
Ghost Energy
paranormal. Yeah, I play in a bazillion bands, but my main band is just a hardcore punk band called Restraining Order.
The best.
Restraining Order HC, like pretty much in every platform. But I think this summer we're mostly over like international. We're not really like playing any U.S. stuff. We have one New York show, but we're gonna be in like Japan and Western Canada, and then the fall we'll be around here. So keep an eye out for some fall stuff.
We usually do a thing at the end that I'm gonna let you do where we say theme song in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
If you want to count it off for us.
Theme song in 3, 2, 1.
He's gonna take it back where it all began. He's gonna make America groove again.
It's like, Jenny, we'll get to whatever. And it's him getting in the car by crack. And then, like, you know, just like, they might be, if you see something, say something, and he's just waving it. The guy comes by and drops the bag, like, so like he's like free bait. He's got the spoon and the fucking foil.
That's
and
what I want.
This is how Jenny ended up.
He's ashamed that
She didn't say yes. That's why she's alive today. Literally what she is. You're a low down mangy dog. And we're told to call them that. So amid scandal.
There's only 2 genders.
I didn't call her bitch and not bitch. I didn't call her bitch. 2 kinds of rockets, red or not at all.
Mommy, look at that dog's lipstick.
I may be albino soft boy.
Yo, baby, put some peanut butter on that shit.
What are we doing here?
I told my bitch to slap her peanut butter.
It's not cheating. It's smoking peanut butter.
One hand. No, it's funny. He's like, it's like a little palm.
He's raiding like a kibble house, right?
I got fired for puppeteering a puppy. No, McGruff, it wasn't the bitch.
It wasn't the bitch thing.
It was the
I thought she was in heat. I was trying to cool her down.
She wanted it.
I'm a dog, trust me.
I'm gonna die.
I'll never cut 3 blocks away.